Well, it's nice to meet you all. Hi. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Heather, and I'm the music director here at the Sonoran Desert Center for Spiritual Living, and I want to welcome you here. Let us stand and sing our beautiful opening song for the new month of May. All right. Everybody sing praise, 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 praise for the journey of awakening. Everybody sing praise, 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 praise for the journey of awakening. I'm on a journey of awakening to the presence of God within me, expressing peace, joy, love, and harmony on this journey of awakening. Irene, are you enjoying your journey already this morning? I love you. Let's do it again. Here we go. Everybody sing praise, 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 praise for the journey of awakening. Everybody sing praise, 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 praise for the journey of awakening. I'm on a journey of awakening to the presence of God within me, expressing peace, joy, love, and harmony on this journey of awakening. Everybody sing praise, 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 praise for the journey of awakening. Everybody sing praise, 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 praise for the journey of awakening. Praise for the journey of awakening.
Excuse me, but good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Susan, and I'm your trustee on duty today. On behalf of Reverend Donna and the Board of Trustees, I'm privileged to welcome you here to the Sonoran Desert Center for Spiritual Living. Whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you're truly welcome here. Here you'll be validated, supported, and encouraged to be all that you're meant to be. Our vision statement is love in action every day in every way. We express this love by learning and living the principles of the science of mind. You'll find our decorations of principles on the back of your program. Please join me now in reading them. I believe there is an infinite intelligence operating throughout the universe. I believe this intelligent power is only good. I believe this intelligence expresses as me. I believe through my conscious use of this power, I create my life as happy, healthy, and complete. And so it is. I kind of feel left out a little bit. I don't know if we have any new people who are here for the first time.
I brought my friend Patty this morning.
Welcome, Patty.
Oh.
Brought my daughter-in-law Angela with me today.
Angela, welcome. Anybody else? I brought two people today. Anne is here from New Jersey, and Martha is here from Boulder, Colorado. And thanks to our generous donations, we have lots of food to share afterwards. So Okay. To our announcements.
The God in me beholds the God in you. It is all for our greatest and highest good. The God in me beholds the God in you, and you and I are one. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. It is all for our greatest and highest good. The God in me beholds the God in you, and you and I are one. Namaste.
Good morning. My name is Judy Robertson, for those of you who do not know me. And the practitioners are the healing arm of this center. If you have anything causing you any kind of discomfort, you are welcome to fill out a prayer card. They're on the table over there. And put them in the box, and we will pray for you this coming week. Now, if you would care to get comfortable, I will light the candle, and then I would do the invocation. Close your eyes if you wish. As I look out into my world, I see there is nothing to fear. And as I look back into my own mind, I know there is nothing in me that is afraid. My thought is filled with confidence, with hope, with trust, and with the acceptance of only good. I expect the mirror of my experience to be filled with joy. So as I turn the magic lantern of my mind into that great mind and the spirit of the universe in which all things exist. And so it is. Namaste. My talk today is on our founder, Ernest Holmes. If not for him, none of you would be here today. I feel it's very important that you know something about this great man. I do not know anyone who has contributed more service than Ernest Holmes. And this book is by his brother, Fenwick, and it is entitled Ernest Holmes, His Life and Times. Ernest was born on a very cold January 21st in 1887. He was the youngest of 9 boys in that family. He was also very curious about everything. His intellectual inquiry began as an infant, and it never did let up. The family lived in a tiny little farmhouse in Lincoln, Maine. His mother was named Anna, and his father, William. The boys also read anything that came into the home. They loved to read. No one had any idea that little Ernest would become a great figure in the New Age and bring comfort to millions of people all over the world. Ernest, even at the age of 5, was asking questions. His mother nicknamed him, quote, the question mark, end quote. She loved poetry, and so did Ernest. So in the evening, she would sit and recite it to the children. One of the most reassuring things in their childhood was the complete devotion that the parents had for each other. In the fall, they all started school at a little red schoolhouse that was 2 miles from their home. They were all very good students. They learned quite rapidly. Ernest, if he learned or read everything, he could almost repeat it verbatim. This is an ability that stayed with him for the rest of his life. It was when the family moved to Bethel, Maine, that Ernest obtained his first and his last formal scholastic education. And here he asked his best questions. Nothing is more important in understanding Ernest Holmes and the growth of this idea that blossomed into science of mind after so many years than to look at Emerson's self-reliance. It says, be yourself. It is easy to live in a world after the world's opinion, but the great man is he who in the midst of crowd keeps perfect awareness, the independence of solitude. Many of Ernest's answers to his questions can be found in a deeper understanding of Emerson's self-reliance. Ernest learned to believe in himself. As he once told his brother, quote, every man becomes his own philosophy, and what he is conditioned by is what he is, end quote. He learned at age 20, you're married to your soul, for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, for life and death, now and forever. Sometimes this frightened him. He didn't always like himself, but there was no way he could get a divorce. You are an individualization of the thing. If you discover it, it will answer all your questions. So you may as well accept this and get to work, for they're never going to be answered outside of yourself. Never. Namaste. Thank you. And now I will hold the high watch. Thank you.
You know, I love our new theme for this month. We're talking about, practical, the practicality, and Judy's right. Without Ernest, none of us would be here at all. Without Centers for Spiritual Living, I wouldn't be on the path that I'm on either. A lot of amazing demonstrations. A lot of incredible things have happened just in the past couple of years, and now just in a couple of short months, some incredible opening is happening again in life. I recently also started doing advertising, video ads for companies and things online, and a company that approached me. How ironic that Mom was a jeweler, right? Because the company that approached me uses orgonite and semi-precious gems to make healing talismans. And so here I am sitting in the backyard, with these things on my neck, and I'm going, my God, how lucky, how incredibly blessed is this life to be able to sit in the backyard for a living. I mean, come on, in surrounded in this incredible energy, that that the necklace from this company is bringing and that spirit is bringing, and the abundance just keeps on going. So we're talking about our foundations this month and everything, and so you know I'm a natural redhead. I'm not a natural green, you know. So I wore a red wig for the videos, for the talismans. It took me back to my roots. Okay. So without further ado, our song, my solo this week is this gorgeous song by a new friend, Gary Lynn Floyd. And it talks about that lack of separation. If we're going to talk about lack of anything in New Thought, it's lack of separation. It's called Know Me, Know You. Know me, know you, one. Know me, know you, love. You're the inspiration, a manifestation. You're the inspiration, the truth. Know me, know you, one. Know me, know you, love. Got no limitation. I'm a new creation. This calls for celebration. Born again. Know me, know you, one. Know me, know you, love. I look at me, I know God lives here. I look at you, and I'm looking in a mirror. Peace or desperation, we can choose elation. Love is the foundation. So let's build. Know me, know you, one. Know me, know you, love. Know me, know you, love. Know me, know you, one. Know me, know you. Know me, know you. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Heather. Good morning. I didn't put this in the bulletin, but on the 29th, the last Sunday in, what's the date in May, we're going to have a potluck to celebrate Memorial Day, and it's the first we've talked on the board several times about having a potluck, and we were just afraid that wasn't quite safe enough. So we're doing it at the end of this month. So please, there's a sign-up sheet. Please join us. Like I said, it's the first time that we're getting together in a family way. You know, I'm excited. I'm just excited that things are coming back to normal slowly but surely. But anyway, I thought that since we're having a potluck, that an appropriate title today would be Feeding Our Soul. Because often in this busy world, our spiritual or soul life takes a back seat. We may have a few minutes that we set aside for meditation. Maybe we take a walk in nature, do something. But for the most part, we're identified with what goes on in our daily life. And that deepest part of ourselves is kind of overlooked. In his book, Care of the Soul, Thomas More says, care of the soul requires ongoing attention to every aspect of life. Essentially, it is a cultivation of ordinary things in such a way that the soul is nurtured and fostered. In many religious cultures and ancient religions and indigenous cultures, people worship to many gods. Or perhaps more aptly put, many aspects of one God. Like the Hindus have a gazillion gods, but they know that there's one God, and each different God is an aspect of that one. So today I'd like to look at what we might term mundane sides to our life, and find the gods in them. And see if we can cultivate those everyday things so that our soul and our spirit is nurtured and fed. So Thomas More says we need to bring soul or spirit into our work. Most of us here are retired, so that might not completely apply to us, but we all have responsibilities and daily chores that sometimes feel pretty mundane. And most of us don't consider housework spiritual, But he says there are gods of the house, and our daily work is a way of acknowledging these home spirits that are so important in sustaining our lives. To them, a scrub brush is a sacramental object. And when we use this implement with care, we are giving something to the soul. And when I read that, I was reminded of Brother Lawrence, who lived in the monasteries of the 1600s. And he never wrote anything, but after his death, there was a little book published, The Practice of the Presence of God, which encapsulates his conversations and letters, where he invites us into the kitchen of the soul. And he says, the time of business does not with me differ from the time of prayer. And in the noise and clatter of my kitchen, while several persons are at the same time calling for different things, I possess God in as great tranquility as if I were upon my knees at the Blessed Sacrament. We might not ever get to where Brother Lawrence was. I can't do it, but I invite us, as we're engaged in the routine things of our day, the mundane things, to perform these tasks with attention to the soul aspect that's inherent within them. We can begin to see a sponge, a scrub brush, vacuum cleaner, lawnmower as a sacramental tool of the gods. And then we can see ourselves engaged in the work of spirit, whether we are cleaning the bathroom or preparing a meal or watering the plants. When John and I first dated, we had a bi-coastal relationship. I had moved from Los Angeles to Florida, and he was still in Los Angeles. And his favorite holiday is Halloween. So he sent me, on Halloween, he sent me the funniest little doll. It was a kitchen witch. Has everybody heard of a kitchen witch? Yeah. She's known throughout many countries to hold watch over the kitchen to keep it safe and loving. So I hung her in my kitchen window over the sink, and she was a constant reminder that my kitchen was a sacred place. So there's many ways to feed our spirit through our home life. And one of the things is to have things around us that bring us fond memories, or things that hold a sense of joy or fulfillment or love. We have a Buddhist bell that John brought from Korea. It's beautiful. It certainly does not go with anything in our house, but it reminds us that there are other religions, other beliefs out there, and we're all a part of that one. Bringing nature into our home is another way. We had our kids over for dinner last night, and they brought a big bouquet of flowers, and it just really made those yellow lilies. It made the whole table jump. It was just so pretty. So bringing flowers or nature, something natural, into the home, that's another way that we connect with life. I think what Thomas More and Brother Lawrence are both telling us is that we need to be mindful of every task. We need to be present with it, and then the sacredness within it will be revealed to us. Monk and mystic Thich Nhat Hanh taught what he calls mindful eating. And it's another way to feed our spirit, it's another way to feed our spirit. And he says, mindful eating is this is kind of long, but it's everything he says about it, Mindful eating is very pleasant. We sit beautifully. We are aware of the people sitting around us. We are aware of the food on our plate. This is a deep practice. Each morsel of food is an ambassador from the cosmos. We pick up a piece of vegetable, we look at it for half a second. We look mindfully to recognize the piece of food, the piece of carrot or string bean. We identify it with our mindfulness. I know this is a piece of carrot. This is a piece of string bean. It takes only a fraction of a second. When we are mindful, we recognize what we are picking up. When we put it into our mouth, we know what we are putting into our mouth. When we chew it, we know that we are chewing. It's very simple. Some of us, while looking at a piece of carrot, can see the whole cosmos in it, can see the sunshine in it, can see the earth in it. It has come from the whole cosmos for our nourishment. You might like to smile before you put it in your mouth. When you chew it, you are aware that you are chewing a piece of carrot. Don't put anything else into your mouth, like your projects, your worries, your fear. Just put the carrot in. And when you chew only on the carrot, not your projects or your ideas. You are capable of living in the present moment, in the here and now. It's simple, but you just need some training to just enjoy a piece of carrot. That is a miracle. So I love his statement that each morsel of food is an ambassador from the cosmos. Isn't that a great statement? Because when we can eat mindfully, we are feeding our spirit by incorporating deep spirituality into what we're doing. And that's true of every aspect of our life. When we are mindful of the process of doing anything, then we are feeding our soul because we are bringing a sacred element into that action. Can we think of money as a spiritual idea? Do we mindfully pay our bills? Can we see the creativity of God and the interconnection of life as we write a check? Can we see the relationship of trust, the giving and receiving of goods and services? Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, says, never hand over your money in payment for anything grudgingly. If your best judgment advises a purchase, make it a transaction of mutual goodwill, be it great or small. The habit of silently blessing your money as you hand it over is worth cultivating. Then it carries with it an intangible value which will bring back good. Learn to bless your bills as you pay them. They indicate the good you have received and express the faith that others have in you. Thomas More says that money is the coinage of our relationship to the community and environment in which we live. It's also the relationship we have to the divine flow of spirit. In Scripture, John tells us a man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven. So if we think about it, the money we receive and the money we give are but symbols of the givingness of Spirit through us. So we are feeding our spirit when we see money as spiritual flow or divine circulation. You know, David last week talked about his feeding flow and how much fun it was and how good it made him feel. And I know what he means. You know, we've been doing it so long that it's second nature to John and me. So when we received our tax return last week, we said, "Oh, we get to feed the pig" in unison, and then we both laughed. You know, so more and more, each moment reveals its joy, its love, and its harmony. So when we're embroiled in the material world, seeing it as something, as a struggle, we lose those precious moments. We're like travelers on a train, moving through a gorgeous tree-filled canyon, but the shades on the window are drawn, and we do not experience the glory that is all around us. When we become mindful of the divinity that is inherent in all life and the sacredness in the actions we perform, we are creating a new vista through which we see the magnificence of God at play in time. We see oneness expressed in multiplicity, spirit as the 10,000 things. There's a sweet story in Alan Cohen's book, A Deep Breath of Life. He said, "One morning while driving through a rural area, I approached a curve where a peahen was leading a queue of babies across the road. I stopped and enjoyed the beauty of the striking deep blue-green colors of the chicks reflected in the morning light. I took a deep breath and thanked God for the opportunity to start my day with this magnificent display. On the other side of the birds, another car was stopped in the opposite direction. The driver of that car was not so pleased with the display. Obviously in a hurry, she was making scowling expressions as she waited for the animals to cross. As soon as the birds reached the other side of the road, the woman floored the gas pedal and screeched off. Both of us came upon the same scene and interpreted it in completely different ways. I viewed it as a gift from God. She viewed it as a nuisance. We are all filtering our experiences through screens. No occurrence has any absolute reality because everybody who observes it will call it something different. We see the world not as it is, but as we are. No event is intrinsically good or bad. It is the eyes through which we see that make it one or the other. So he says, experiment with finding the good in every experience. And even if an event seems to be a threat or a problem, adopt a vision through which it can empower you. When you behold life through the eyes of love, you will find the beauty of God everywhere. So feeding our spirit then opens up blessings in our lives. You know, when we see God in the pots and pans, the drudgery of housework becomes pleasurable. When we eat mindfully, we do see each morsel of food as an ambassador from the cosmos. When we pay our bills or give of our money in terms of its spiritual coinage, we lose anxiety around it and find instead a deep peace and trust. Dr. Holmes says everything that lives proclaims the glory of God. And he tells us, it seems to me that it is only as we view all life, everything from what we call great to what we call small, important or unimportant, as one stupendous whole whose body nature is with God the soul, then we shall really enter into communion, into sympathetic oneness and rapport with the reality of all that is about us. So feeding our spirit then is to see the oneness of God in the diversity of our life. We will discover that the food we eat, the health and energy of our body, and the way our physical world plays out all contain seeds of our spiritual growth. To look at whatever we're engaged in as an activity of spirit, that our actions are the creativity of God expressing through us, and expresses as it must through its attributes of love, peace, joy, harmony, serenity, and abundance. Alan Cohen says, every truth of spirit is observable on earth. When we make feeding our spirit a priority in our life. The joy of life spreads itself like sunshine on all we do. So this week, let's look for ways to feed our spirit, count the blessings in our life, and spread the sunshine in all we do. Thank you. Namaste.
Okay. Let us stand and sing this wonderful song on the blue sheet inside your program. It's called Simple Faith. These words are by a folk duo or trio, I believe. It's called Mustard's Revenge. But how true are they? Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day. No room in this heart for fear. No judgment day drawing near. Trust that inner voice you hear every day. Life's not a goal or race. It's about heart and faith and living a life of grace every day. Trust is an open hand, making an honest stand, rooted here in the land every day, living the mystery, seeking the harmony here between you and me every day. Ours is a simple faith. Life is a short embrace. Heaven is in this place every day. Hope is the ground we till. Make each day what you will. Thankful for dreams fulfilled every day.
Pretty song. Thank you. Okay. Mustard what? Revenge?
Yeah, Mustard's Revenge.
Mustard's Revenge? What a sweet song to come out of a strange name. Okay, my friends, it's time for our offering, and this is a chance to put in action that divine law of circulation we talked about earlier. So, you know, I had a minister who would say, if you are not giving this, your offering with love, put it back in your pocket, you know. And there's sense to that because money's energy. So it carries that energy. If you give with love, it carries that loving energy. And if you give with regret or anger, it gives that. So we want loving money here. So please join me in our offering affirmation. My gift goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless all that it touches. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I share generously of my good, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude all around me, gratitude around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, behind me. Gratitude behind me. Gratitude to the left of me. Gratitude to the right of me. Gratitude above me. Gratitude below me. Gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Thank you, my dears. And we do thank you so very much for all that you do to keep us here. You know, I can't imagine coming in. Rosie said one time she was coming to the center, and she pulled up and she thought to herself, what if I came here and it wasn't there? And she started crying, you know, and it's true. I can't imagine not being here. So I thank you all for being here today, and for Gene for his gift to us, and beautiful work on the walls, and I want the owl. So I have a feeling I'm not alone, so I hope you can make duplicates. Okay, so let's take a moment to close us out in prayer, and then that way we can come back and get a few things to eat and then hear what Gene has to say. So I just take this moment to give thanks for the opportunity to be here, to be part of a spiritual community in which you can feel the love and the joy. It's a safe place to share our sorrows as well. And it's a place where there is healing, not only from the prayer requests, but just simply the fact that we are here together, loving each other into wholeness. I speak my word for anyone who's experiencing any kind of a challenge. Certainly everything that's going on in the climates, in Ukraine, in so many parts of the world, where you just wonder, where is God in all of this? But the truth is, there is God in all of this. And it's up to each one of us to know that and call it forth, and to change the world in the process. Again, I give thanks for this opportunity to speak my word, to allow the law of mind and action to do its perfect work. And we just say together, and so it is. Thank you. And can we stand and sing Stand?